Hello again, we're back here for another video, and as I mentioned in the last one, we're going to do some drainage on here. So over the Christmas period, over the winter period, in this section of the lawn where I'm at now, spin it round, it does suffer a bit of dieback with the ryegrass. It's very dry now, and I've mentioned it a few times that it's been a very dry start to the year, so I've seen some cracking and fissures and stuff like that. But when it's usually in the middle of winter, we do get some puddling in areas around here. Not really bad. It has coped reasonably well. Some of the grass has started to grow back. I'll sort out around the tree at some point when I do the overseeding. But the intention today is to install some vertical drains. Now, vertical drains are a cheaper way of trying to dispel the water from the top. So if you've got clay soil like I've got here, or clayish soil, or poor draining soil, they're going to work in kind of like a soak away kind of thing. So it's going to be an area where we're taking out the soil, replace it with some stone. The stone are going to have some gaps in it, and that's going to allow the water sitting there to slowly drain away. Big soak away that it'll have maybe on some properties. We'll have a drain to it, and the water will just sit and slowly dissipate into the soil profile. But there's a big area for the soil to, for the water to sit in while it slowly dissipates, instead of just sitting on top of the surface. So that's what we're going to do today. That's the thinking behind it. A little bit of an experiment now. Oh, the sun is in a beautiful spot. I can't wait to deck this area. But anyway, science corner today. So trying to, as I mentioned, boring the holes down there in order to do some vertical drains. In my head, I'd like you to tell me if I'm wrong, but I see these as mini soakaways. So we're going to move a lot of the clay soil, the soil profile that holds onto the water, take that out and replace it with limestone, 10mm, 20mm size grains that will sit in place of what the soil was, because they don't compact, they leave gaps. You can call them fissures, but the spaces in between each of the stones and stuff like that, where the water can percolate through. Science, I told you, yeah, science. Through. So what I've got is 2 empty bottles of Fanta, because I love my Fanta, I love my orange soda. This one's filled up with some of the soil that I pulled from there, a bit of clay, and I've compacted it down as it would be. This again is the same at the bottom. Right at the bottom I've got some of the soil, then I put some of the stones and a bit of the soil on top as well, so trying to make it as even as possible. I've got here a pint of United Utilities finest vintage, straight from the tap. It's just over a pint, 568 millilitres, probably 575 in there. I'm going to see when I pour it in, with half it going on the floor, we'll see how much will go in. So we'll do the soil first. Let's do the soil. So again, so we're near the top there, it's bubbling away, it's starting to percolate through, mainly down the side here, but it's struggling to go through. And what's that? Quarter of the glass. So it's slowly bubbling through. It's taking its time to percolate through and get down through all this compacted soil. In the corner that I'm digging up now, in front of the bins, when I've removed the turf, it rained just a week after I actually dug it out, and I should have took a photo of it, but it was pooling there, and I've started there. This is where this is from. So again, it's taking a long time to get through. Now we'll pour. I'll tell you what, we'll get some more, fill it up to the top again, so it's nice and fair. So I've been away for 30 seconds and it's still bubbling on the top, still struggling to get through. Now let's have a look when we pour it into this. Now that is percolating through much quicker. We've been able to put in a lot more, and it's filling up all these gaps here, and it's still going, it's still draining through much better than what we're doing there. Now we're filled up there now, and that's gone already. Go to the top again. It'll take a while. So again, a little bit of a science experiment, a little bit of trying to explain my thinking behind the vertical drain. So yeah, the experiment there, as I said, it's kind of explaining my understanding behind it all. So what have we got? So here, hired this auger, post hole borer, if you want to. I think it's around about 6 inches diameter. There from K&H Hire in Leyland. That's cost me about 36 quid for the weekend, fortunately. Got to get back there 7:30 Monday morning, not a problem. Drop it off on my way to work. And I've got here the remnants of some limestone, 20mm limestone, which we've put majority of it down here. So yeah, we put there just to have a bit of an area for me to dump the rubbish on there. So I've already started. So yesterday, as I mentioned, when I was doing my little science experiment, I put a couple of holes here. They've been backfilled in. I fell down one this morning when I was doing it. But we've also got in this bag the remnants of some 10mm. So I might do some with 10mm. I might do some with, most of them with the 20mm that we've got. But we've got some left over that we're going to do. Oh, so here we have the Steel BT131 post hole driller, auger, whatever you want to call it. 2-stroke engine, so a bit of 2-stroke oil and petrol to go in it. A little bit left in it, but I've got some from the leaf blower in there. Prime it, turn it on, pull the cord, and we're in business. Engage the drive with this safety part, so when it kicks back, it can flick it off. Yeah, 36 quid local hire. I'm just going to put some holes in as deep as I can go, so we can backfill with the limestone. We've got a little bit of 30 GSM frost fleece there as well, in order to stop all the bits getting in and potentially filling up these gaps that we're creating. It will take a long time for that to do, but a little bit of, fleece from Amazon, 10 quid, whatever it is, it does a job. So we'll get it fired up now, and we'll show you what it's like. So we're switching it on, prime it. Hopefully we've got enough fuel in it to get it going. There we go. Engage. Oh, a good start, is it? Might need some fuel. I think we need some fuel in that, so let's get some fuel. Right, so fueled up. Give it a pull. That's better. And that's the disengaging here. It won't travel until it's locked in. So yeah, with it being a new build, it will catch on brick, which I experienced yesterday, tile, stone, whatever's down here, and make it hard work. The post hole borer to get down. I think there's a big rock that it's catching on here. Oh, what's this here? Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, it's corner of a brick. But what I can show you now, before we go into a hyperlapse, is that's how deep the rabbit hole goes. So we'll be putting a few of these up this area just to have some place where the water can sit. But I'll give you the example now of what we do next. So we'll clear this up. I've missed filming that, I think. I don't know what bit I filmed or not, but yeah, basically horticultural fleece there. Got that off Amazon for about 10 quid. And filled it up with that gravel. I'm going to leave a couple of inches gap from the top of here. I'll cut that shorter. So I can backfill that with the root zone that we've taken out, or the soil. But yeah, it's just something that makes it easier, or some place for the water to sit in, and slowly, when it's not getting through the surface properly because of the clay soil that you've got, it'll hold it and slowly dissipate over time, much quicker. And that's the idea behind it. The absolute, you know, Premier League of drainage will be a French drain, so you've got the water going through, filling up the channels and exiting elsewhere, but this will do you a bit of a job. So let's just put you on time lapse and we'll go from there. So there we have it, folks. It doesn't look what it looks like. I've top dressed. You can see some of the spots down this side, which sunk a little bit, but again, we're going to rectify this in a couple of weeks with a good old oversealing top dress with some grit sand. So yeah, it's easy enough. Even the wife had a go. She didn't really, but let's get that thumbnail. Does sex sell? Does a pretty lady sell? I hope so. I think she's pretty. That's it. So oh, bit of magic there. Yeah, so it doesn't look too bad. We've got a few areas where we've put it in, and hopefully that will improve the drainage a little bit more on here. I might still go about and get a core aerator from the local hire shop next week, just to basically give somewhere for the sand to go. I mean, over here the soil profile was very dry, very crumbly, very nice. You know, it's a bit more clay next to the house, which is understandable where it is. But overall, in a week or so, this will break down a bit more. It'll become even more soil-like and you'll be back to normal. But yeah, vertical drains. Sam's Lawn's done it in Sweden. Some other people have done it in the past, such as Daniel Hibbert. Cheap, easy way of adding drainage to your lawn. Should be. Will it work? Let's wait and see. But on that, I think I'm going to give the lawn a cut. It's not had a cut for a few days. So we'll go from there. But I'll sweep up, tidy up, and I'll see you on the next video. Like, subscribe, all that nonsense. And yeah, remember, competition. Don't know what it is, want to know what it is, watch my previous video. I'll be the same.